Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX. Last time, we fought against Mega Mewtwo X in the Western Cave that didn't have a cool sounding letter at the end of it. And we recruited it to our side, wherever that may be. Cryptic Cave, there it is. Oh god, I named you that, did I? It's been a few days and I always... Maybe I just repress these things before I see them again, but that's what I named you. You have pretty decent stats, kind of sorry on the defense, but pretty good starting speed. I have no desire to change your rare quality. Wow, that interrupted my entire flow of my intro. This time, it's going to be new objectives for us. Greener pastures to the north, because we've finished up this story arc. With Mewtwo taken care of, there's only one place left for us to explore that we haven't explored yet. But don't worry, it'll unlock like 50 more when we're finished with it. That's right, we're going off to Northern Range. I thought Mewtwo could come with us so he can get used to being on this team and his new name. He's one level higher than me, we can't have that, let's depart. Recapping on the story events that have taken us to this place, there was a mysterious, very high-speed theft that happened at Purple Kecleon's shop, which may or may not have anything to do with us. It actually does not, just so that that's clear. You don't need to steal from Kecleon's shop or anything to trigger the story arc. It was just a very happy coincidence that that happened to us. Yeah, it was really bizarre that it had that kind of timing, but that's what triggers this story event in particular. It's been open for a while. There's just been a lot of story objectives for us to go take care of, so I've been taking care of them in the order that I think is best, just so that we get all the training up dungeons taken care of first. Beautifly! You're gonna go to Stump Forest, don't have any rare quality, but you can still come with us. Beautifly is a Pokemon that I was pretty negative on in the past and that I've really opened up to as time has gone by. I still stand by it not being great or anything in the main series. Bug Flying is probably the most overutilized terrible type, but I don't know. I think it has some pretty decent moves. Early game, it's pretty nice, and I'm not trying to make this into a Pokemon bio compilation, but hey. Now, here in Northern Range, there's not a whole lot to really say about this place. We've seen a lot of different dungeons up to this point. There are some Pokemon that can be recruited in it, of course. A lot of them using friend areas that you would expect from really any dungeon. It's a pretty basic place. Anything of note of it is that Ninetales is the strong foe in this dungeon sometimes, and that can be shiny. Get a black Ninetales, that can be pretty cool. So I was thinking, how about we talk about something that I feel very strongly about? This just sounds like I'm going into politics or something like that, though, but I swear I'm not. Okay. Granted, with how strongly people feel about Pokemon sometimes, maybe they would think it's a political issue, but that's not really what I'm going into. Can I talk about just something that I feel very positively about that I don't think a lot of other people do? And it's really surprised me because I remember people being very positive about this back when it happened, and it's really surprised me how there's been so much negativity about it. You know what game I extremely love? Pokemon Sun and Moon, dude. And I ain't talking about Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, no. I'm talking about the original good-ass Sun and Moon. And it's really surprised me that there's been so much negativity about it lately. And I feel like with how I usually go in chronological order, I probably won't get a chance to talk about any of this stuff in any great detail for another many, many years. So let's talk about it right now. I really love the story and the characters. I think that it's a candidate for the best human cast we've gotten overall. I don't think that my favorite human character in the Pokemon canon, which y'all know who that is, wow, Beautifly, way to suck ass, come on. After I was just speaking so positively of you, this is what happens. If you could use something other than that's quad resisted by that Ninjask, that'd be really... This is, okay, thank God, thank God. Anyway, definitely nothing on the level of N as one character, but I think overall, the most solid human cast is in Sun and Moon. I really like the themes of family that it explores. I think it's a really good example of how you don't really need to go into world-ending melodrama every time you want to tell an interesting story. It has pretty grounded stakes in that way. I love the world of Alola. I think it's a very well-realized world that just has so much lore that is both original as well as inspired by real life, just real life things that happen in Hawaii. A lot of there's lore everywhere in the new Pokédex entries, just throughout the world in general, in the environment. Stuff like them touching on high immigration from Johto in Alola, similar to how there's a lot of Japanese immigration into Hawaii, how that's culturally impacted the region. I think the new Pokemon especially have a lot of interesting lore in their Pokédex entries, like Yungoos. It shows that they put a lot of thought into the new Pokemon that were going to be populating this world and didn't just put in any old idea, and I really admire that. I feel like it feels like a very living, breathing world. And honestly, I get the negativity about the 3DS era of Pokemon. I do. But for me, Sun and Moon was the one shining spot in it that I felt very positively about. It captivated me so much when I played it because I just fell in love with the characters. I like how it deviated from the formula in a good way. I liked how there were two main characters in this game, really. The story wasn't just about your protagonist. And it's not just the human characters either. It was the only time that I really felt something for the legendary Pokemon on the box. Those of you that have played it know exactly what I'm talking about. And it felt so wrong not to use it on my team when I'd come that far with it. No other Pokemon game made me feel that strongly for the Pokemon that was on the front cover, and I wasn't expecting to feel that strongly about it. In fact, I was so taken by the world and the characters and just really liking being an Alola that when I beat Sun for the first time, I immediately picked up Moon and beat it again in that version with a different team. And this was while watching YouTube playthroughs of it and enjoying those as well. I was that taken by it. I was starting to worry that I was kind of getting old and that I wouldn't really be captivated by a Pokemon game in the same way ever again. And that game proved me wrong, and it was such a wonderful feeling. Heck, I see so many people negative on the Rotom Pokedex, and I'm like, what's wrong with the Rotom Pokedex? He's funny, he's charming, he's cute, and he doesn't interrupt your gameplay to give you hints. He's on a completely other screen and doesn't take away your controls to say what you're supposed to do. He is the most ignorable partner character. He's handled the exact same way as Cappy is in Mario Odyssey, where he just has little text pop-ups that you don't have to pay attention to. I like the music. I don't think that it's one of the best Pokemon soundtracks, but there's a few songs in it that just really get me emotional every time I hear it, like the song that plays when you first really get going on Pony Island, or the laid-back Seafolk Village, and now it's just sounding like I'm praising that part of the game in particular, but I swear there's other themes I like. Those are just the ones that really come to mind at first. Granted, though, I do think it's a soundtrack that gets better the longer you play it. I love this game. I want to know if other people are there. I'm not here to, like, convert you into a lover of Sun and Moon or whatever. I'm just wanting to hear if other people feel the same way, because I extremely love that game. And I just see a lot of people lumping it in with the rest of the 3DS games, and I don't agree. I don't know if, again, I'm just old, but the big thing that I always see brought up is that the first island isn't really fun because it's just Tutorial City, and I get it. It is pretty heavy-handed on the tutorials, but on my first playthrough, honestly, I didn't really notice. It wasn't something that really bothered me until my second playthrough, because I think I'm just kind of at the point where I've played so many Pokemon games and accept that they're for kind of a younger audience that I just kind of accept that as a normal thing that we do at the start of every game now. Not saying I like it, and it's a good thing that we're able to skip the catching tutorial in more recent games, sure. It's just, at the time, it didn't really faze me. I think some of the negativity might come from the fact that I've heard that on an original 3DS, the game really chugs and has to stop and think a lot and doesn't run very well and thus feels unpolished. I might feel more positively about the game because I only experienced it on a new 3DS until one time about a year after its release when I experienced it on an original 3DS for a live stream. Maybe that's where part of the disconnect comes from, but as somebody who owned a new 3DS from the time that it released, I thought it ran just fine and looked great, so maybe that's part of it. Anyway, I think that's about all I can say about it without going into spoilery reasons. I think that paints a pretty decent picture of how I feel about it. It's just been on my mind a lot lately. Okay, so now that we're through that, can I just say how thoroughly sick of this hail I'm getting? That's one thing that I can actually really voice a lot of negativity on. I'm glad that Mewtwo's got Recover to just heal off the HP. Of course, I had a Blaster. Man, that hurt a lot. It really did. Between this hail making me not there it is again. Hail really adds up over time. It's nice having Blizzard 100% accurate, but just every few steps taking 3 damage, the passive HP recovery not kicking in between fights, it adds up a lot more than you'd think it would. Ledian over there. There's the stairs. I just want to rocket through this place and not do anything else. Before we really get going here, though, I want to draw special attention to Mewtwo's Aura Sphere. That's a ranged attack that's fighting type and special, so it plays off of Mewtwo pretty well, and it can't miss. It's a very good move. Mewtwo starts with it. Wanted to give special attention to that. Also, I let Beautifly just eat it back there because these Pokemon that have been joining us in this dungeon have been performing very poorly. I think it's just going to be the three of us for the most part. These Pokemon seem kind of weak compared to us after how strong we've gotten, so I think now we're just going to go through this dungeon. I interrupt everything for these silly little houses, even though we've seen them many times, just because I'm probably gonna have some kind of reaction to, oh, it's Onix! And Probopass, a Pokemon that wasn't in the original version. I'll take this Max Elixir, get that started. That looks like a pretty big apple. Oh, it's a perfect apple, never mind. Eating that. In the Mobile corner, narrow focus. I'll appreciate that higher accuracy on any team. Notorious fasting on Probopass. And Onix has Notorious Restoration. My, what a notorious duo you got roped in there with Mobile. Friendly Carvana, yes! Yes. Let me just get you through to the end. It hurt me so much that friendly Hariyama had to get ditched because I was running low on Reviver Seeds. Please make it through to the end with me. Don't die in some awful battle. Got another steamroller! If you stretch him end to end, I guess he would kind of be like a steamroller, right? Floor 25. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, who are you? I see you're trying to get your TMs back. But nobody can stop me. I'm the Eon Pokemon Latios. If you really want your TMs back, you'll have to take them from me. Man, I'm the one who fought Kecleon and came out on top. Do you have any idea who you're talking to? Let's walk diagonally first to line ourselves up for some statuses. So you're going for, oh, well, now that's an interesting opening to the fight. Latios is a dragging psychic type Pokemon with Levitate for its ability. Pretty interesting defenses there. We're gonna go for, let's chuck a stun seed at you. Good. I'm kinda worried about you catching my thrown items. No, we don't need to use a heal seed for that. I think we're fine. I do get super effective damage out of my Dragon Breath. That wasn't where I was going with that, but I was gonna say with my Blizzard, so I think maybe I'll just do a laser focus Blizzard here and see where it gets us. 291, good. Probopass, you fool, what are you doing? Wow, that was over quickly. I do acknowledge this isn't one of the harder routes of them all. This is probably the easiest one. I just wanted to show the training dungeons first. Please. Please let me go. I have to go. There's somewhere that I have to go. If I don't hurry. My little sister. Happy Jingle interrupts that! Look, he's waking up! Where? This is Pokemon Square. You fainted in the Northern Range, so we brought you back here. You! How dare you steal my fine selection of quality merchandise! You had better be prepared for harsh justice! Now wait. There must be a good reason for this. Yeah, you tell him, Alakazam. Thieves have good reason. I want to own a Kecleon. We should at least hear that. Ah, that's right. I have to get my sister. Ouch! Take it easy. You can't fly for now. Tell me, how do you justify what you've done? I have a younger sister. Her name is Latios. Latios crashed somewhere in Pitfall Valley. What? Pitfall Valley? What is that? What is Pitfall Valley? It is near the Northern Range. They say that anyone so unlucky as to fall into Pitfall Valley will never again emerge. Latios and I were flying over the Northern Range when suddenly what appeared to be a meteorite struck Latios on the wing. Her wing disabled by the blow. Latios tumbled down into the depths of Pitfall Valley. A meteorite. Chamomile. Do you think maybe it was a chunk of the blown up meteor? I went to Pitfall Valley in hopes of rescuing my sister, but I made little headway. I wasn't up to the task. So that drove you to steal technical machines. Yes. I intended to make amends after I saved my sister. But that doesn't mean I can get away with thievery. It was wrong, and I'm sorry. Oh my, it's not a problem. Not a problem at all. For a reason so compelling, it can't be helped. However, even if you were to plumb the depths of Pitfall Valley, what would you do then? The lowest regions of Pitfall Valley are a void. You will wander forever, neither falling nor living. What then? So much time has passed since my sister crashed. Latios hasn't been able to climb out of the depths. She is all alone down there. Even if I end up like her, unable to escape, 2 would be better than 1. Latios wouldn't have to be so alone. How foolish. Do you think Latios wishes for that? But it's a place you can't escape, isn't it? I don't see how we could do a rescue in a place like that. No. There is There is but one possible way. You can? How? You already have the means in your possession. The teleport gem. Use that. The teleport gem? The one we used to get up to the sky where Rayquaza lives? Exactly. If you were to use the teleport gem from deep within Pitfall Valley... That's it! If we did that, we could escape with Latios! Chamomile! This is a rescue that only we can do. Let's go get Latios! Chamomile gained access to Pitfall Valley. Next time on Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX, we go on a high-profile rescue. See you guys then.